everyone, James Charles is in major trouble again, and I can't, like, this man, James Charles, has just continuously, over the past couple of weeks, been involved in everything, right? I think it's fair to say that he kind of went from being completely silent, unproblematic. Remember the drama with James, Taddy, Shane, Jeffrey? Whenever that was in full peak in July, even on my channel right here, and all my audience agreed, we were like, wow, James being really silent right now is really helping him because it's really making him seem like the better person. He's not involved in drama and he's really just minding his own business. Well, that didn't last very long, to say the least. And just between the Alicia Keys, the Lauren Conrad, responding to fans, being petty, unfollowing fans, blocking fans, unadding them on Snapchat whenever they're calling them out, going to parties, like, there's a lot that James Charles has just been doing recently, like, a lot. He has been doing the absolute fucking most. For no reason, may I add. Literally no reason. And I've started saying this recently, but I genuinely, wholeheartedly believe that James Charles thinks he's uncancelable after the Dramageddon 2 situation. Now, there's nothing really wrong with him thinking that because he went through the absolute worst and he came back from it, so of course he's gonna be like, I'm uncancelable. But at the same time, you can think that way and still be a good, decent human. And James Charles recently just hasn't been that. So let me get into the storyline for today's video. So for a little bit of context, James Charles has Sisters Apparel. And then there's Teddy Fresh, which is a clothing line instead of a merch line. Ran by Ethan and Hila, run by H3H3. Now it is very popular and it kind of has color blocking as their trademark item. Color blocking is basically, you know, different colors blocked in different areas. Now, this merchandise has been used by many fast fashion places, but people always link it back to H3H3's collection with Hila. It's actually Hila's collection. Teddy Fresh, because they were the ones to really mainstream this. This has been something that's been around color blocking since like the 80s, but in recent times, they were the kind of ones to revive it, kind of like how vinyl is reviving and stuff, like the first person to revive it. Anyways, if you see color blocking now, most people, if you're in the YouTube outer space, will be like, ah, that's Teddy Fresh. And then James Charles came along and announced his new Sisters Apparel merchandise, which literally is color blocking, and not even just that, because if it was color blocking, we would be like, okay, like, they didn't invent color blocking, if you want to say that. I still believe that they did for this section. But anyway, James Charles literally copied the exact same coloring as well in the different areas. Now that we know that, as if that wasn't enough, James Charles then responded to Ethan and Hila, very rude in DMs. They exposed them DMs. That got really messy, so if that couldn't get any fucking worse, James Charles now, after announcing this new collection that he basically stole, isn't even shipping his latest shipments that he should have shipped to fans months ago. They're still waiting for their merchandise, yet he's here announcing new stuff. Now, I've talked about this before. I'm gonna throw in allegedly, by the way. Because this menu setup allegedly bears, you know, just thriving over here, but he's right here, so allegedly. He will be back very soon, my trishy fishies. So allegedly, he hasn't been sending them to fans, but I'm gonna read you out comments, and they're very telling. Also, it's pretty much common knowledge now, or at least I think it is, that Sisters Apparel isn't the most... How do you describe this? Isn't the most not fast fashion, if you get me. Okay. We all don't like Jeffree Star, especially on this channel, but all I'm saying is his merchandise isn't like that, right? I don't think it is. I had a conversation with my friend Will about this, and Will is a huge James Charles fan, and he was literally all to me. He was like, yeah, if you think about it, we all don't like Jeffree, but he produces his merch and makes it a lot better and in a better way than James Charles does. You know the way James Charles is able to release it like clockwork? It's because of the production. And especially if you have that amount of money and can actually fund having really good merch, and the way it's produced, then surely you'd be making it a priority to... Okay, let's not get, that's for another video. So here we have it right here. This is the Sisters Apparel Instagram. Now, what I need to show you for this video to make sense is normally they have their comment section on, they're responding to fans, but it's been an overwhelming amount of sisters, you know, the self-proclaimed James Charles lovers, who have been coming out and saying, why are you releasing new merchandise whenever I haven't got my merchandise I ordered months ago? So they've actually, you can click on any picture here, they have comments are limited on this post, okay? Comments are limited on this post. Comments are limited on this post. They have done it to every single post so that people who are complaining can't come on and make the brand look worse as a whole. Look at this. Comments are limited on this post. Now, do you want to know why they were limited? Let me read you some of these out. Here are some comments from fans before the comments were limited. Hey James, ship out your orders from a month ago before you worry about a new merchandise drop. James, can you ship your Sisterland merch from 4+ months ago instead of releasing new collections every week? Thanks! Please address the problem you have because you haven't shipped Sisterland merch from May. How rude when you haven't shipped mine or many other people's orders from 4, almost 5 months ago. Save yourself the headache and don't buy this merch, people. Poor quality, non-existent customer service, and that's if you get your products. I'm still waiting on my customer service to get back to me on my items. Not looking good, right? You're without and you're irresponsible. You're gonna take out a collection when you haven't even sent me my shipment. I know you see the comments sometimes, James. Imagine the fans having to literally beg him to, like, respond to them. So please, many of us just want our money back. Some want the merch. Please address this. Many orders from May and beyond still haven't been shipped. Think of your fans. It's been 4, almost 5 months and I still don't receive my order and customer service will not answer me. This is fucking awful, right? Do not order from him. I ordered months ago and haven't received any merchandise and haven't gotten any sort of response from customer service. I have sent emails, tweets, and DMs to Sisters Apparel and James Charles. It's so disheartening to see you continuously put out collections when some people, i.e. most, have not even received your first one. At this point, I don't even want your merch. I just want a refund. Please. Honestly, I don't know. I've officially given up on the idea that I'll ever get what I ordered. Thankfully, I paid through PayPal, so Wednesday night I filed for a refund through them, so we'll see how that goes. If you paid through PayPal, you should probably do the same. Nope, James, I have not got my merch and I ended up filing for a refund through PayPal and PayPal granted it. Sisters Apparel never responded to my complaint or my PayPal dispute. Good luck everyone, I ordered a couple months ago and got my shipping confirmation. A couple months went by and still haven't received anything since. Still sitting in the pre-shipment. Emailed them, no response. Emailed them again, requesting a refund, no response again. James, you need to do something or give refunds. At least I got my shit when Jeffrey had control of your clothing line. Maybe you should ask him for help. You don't have a clue on what you're doing and I just want a refund. And that's important to note because Killer Merch used to run Sisters Apparel. They used to, give James his merchandise and there were never complaints. Now, again, I don't mean this to sound like I'm tooting up Jeffrey's asshole, but all I'm saying is Jeffree Star never gets the amount of complaints and begging for refunds like Sisters Apparel does. And whenever it was with Killer Merch, Jeffrey, so many names, there was never any problem. So it looks like James is struggling on his own. Maybe don't release fucking collections like clockwork then, trying to get a quick buck here and there. Maybe actually make sure your merchandise is good and that people get it. He has unlimited money and not using it to help his fans whatsoever. One last point, not to kiss Jeffrey's asshole one last time, but when people actually tweeted Jeffrey that they weren't getting their merch or that they wanted refunds, Jeffrey actually sent them the money over Cash App, like straight away. Okay, James. All this screams to me is unprofessional. Ayo, I want my refund on my order. I've been emailing and contacting you for over a month and now no response. You need better customer service. And here's the thing. They heard the fans loud and clear. You know what they did? Silence them. Do you want me to reference back? Comments have been limited. Comments limited. Comments limited. And now, you can see the comments before the comments were actually limited. No thank you, I never got my Sisterland merch I ordered in May. Thank you, never got my merch. Don't buy, I ordered it in June and still haven't received it. My emails and DMs have been ignored and there's no tracking information available. Terrible service. Yeah, people are just saying they're not getting anything. So they actually did hear the customers and they're ignoring them. Okay. Now it gets even juicier. All these new collections James is releasing is the color block stuff, which Ethan and Hila are saying that he copied from them, and I genuinely believe that he did. In James's defense, I'm going what he said was his defense, he said that he actually copied them from Nike, which is even worse because do you not want people to think you came up with your own stuff? He's like, oh no, I didn't copy off you guys, I copied off Nike. That doesn't make it any better. You copied and you're unoriginal and you don't have any ideas. So this new merch that's being released is going down a fucking fail because people aren't buying it because their last orders weren't fulfilled. So Ethan, H3H3, actually responded. Now this shady little fucker. So Ethan actually responded to Deaf Noodles Ethan actually responded and said, unlike James, you actually get the hoodies you pay for from Teddy Fresh. Now this shady fuck. Unlike James, you actually get the hoodies you pay for from Teddy Fresh. Smiley face. No, I think this is such a power move, and I'm actually really happy that Ethan was able to do this because it just shows up even more how unprofessional James Charles and his company are. James flaunts every single day how much money he's making and oh my god, buying this outfit, buying this bag, buying these shoes. Oh my god, I spent all this money in this house and all. Yeah, you did that from your customers who are not even receiving your products. But okay, flex away. So I asked my audience and we're gonna talk. I said Sisters Apparel are silencing fans demanding a reasoning for lack of refunds and months without orders being fulfilled by limiting Instagram comments, and Ethan H3H3 responds, yikes, on multiple different levels. This is not good. Kristen said James isn't looking too hot, merch controversy and he won't stop partying. Big yikes. Azriel said partying during COVID and not shipping merchandise to fans? Pick a struggle, sis. Havisha said, yikes, this is not looking good for James's brand. Yeah, copying scandal and not even shipping your order scandal. Whoa, what more? This is why I tell you, they love controversy. Trusty Tangerine said, what the hell is going on with James these days? Things are not looking so good for him. Also, Ethan is so bitchy, I love it. Mariah Carey's Botox okay. said this year is getting more and more problematic for James. Allegedly, plagiarism and still partying. Like, pick a struggle, boo. Fuel Addiction said Ethan went in. Ethan can see the past dismissive passive aggression James has displayed. I hope James takes this with grace and uses this as an opportunity to do better. Well, he hasn't in the past. Alana said, sick burn from Ethan. I can feel the burn from here. But seriously, James, grow up and stop trying to hide the truth. I think that goes with so many different levels with James Charles these days, right? Miranda said, I love Ethan and H3H3, so this is gold. Also, would like to point out that Ethan defended James Charles several times during the Dramageddon 2 with Taddy and James. So Ethan, up until this point, had nothing bad to ever say about James and even felt bad for him and went as far as defending him. James has been known to steal ideas, so this isn't surprising. Stealing ideas and not even shipping them out. Lucia said, remember the moment of ignorant bliss where we all went, oh, James is staying on a drama for good now, good for him. Yikes. Gabe said, Ethan ain't playing and I'm here for it. Ashley said, sooner or later, James Charles is going to have to answer for his shady business practices. And if there is anything worse than the so-called hater, it's the angry fans who realize they've been played. Maddie said, this is so unprofessional and immature. I thought James changed and I was happy, but no. Ola said, Ethan saw an opportunity and is running with it. Respect the hustle. Louise said, sorry James, you had it coming. Sugarburger said, James Charles is toxic, people don't seem to see it. Agent Hannah said, I purchased from Sisters Apparel and they haven't responded to my emails for months. I'm so embarrassed I ever gave them my money. Midnight said, I love H3H3. I don't agree with every single thing he's done, but I'm glad that he's calling James out. James's whole career is built on fraudulent behavior. Although I don't expect to see a change, narcissistic people rarely change. Candace said, James is accused of stealing everything he does. Merch, video ideas, makeup looks. Is this his thing? Question mark. Funny that he's a top influencer, but all he does is steal from smaller artists and creators. If that ain't the truth. Makeup by Jocelyn said, I've mentioned this so many times. Why do people continue to purchase from someone who focuses more on dropping more products than actually sending out older ones? James is just continuing to make himself look bad, and it seems as though he has returned to his pre-slice of humble pie ways. Okay guys, so you can kind of see where people are coming from and that people are very angry, including the James Charles fans. I think this is ridiculous. I can't believe that he's letting this happen. Silencing fans, it's all unprofessional, and he, with that, and then being involved in drama and partying, it just shows that he hasn't changed. Right, James? Are you gonna block me for saying that? Oh wait, you already did a couple months ago. And you know what? He blocked Will, my friend, a longtime fan, for calling him out. He unfollowed and unadded on Snapchat a bunch of his fans for calling him out. So, seems like he just wants to be surrounded by yes men, which we know what happened last time with any YouTuber who likes surrounding themselves with yes men. Not good. Not good. Guys, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on him doing these fast fashion merchandise release collections? Ethan calling him out for it, for stealing the design allegedly, just had to rub for good luck. And then Ethan calling him out for not even sending out the collection. So, let me hear what you have to say. I love you and I'll see you in my next video, and bye. Peace.